There's a certain kind of person you've probably noticed. They don't rush to explain themselves. They don't soften every opinion. Their time seems to belong to them. And if you're watching this, chances are yours doesn't. You're not lazy, but you're exhausted. Not from effort, not from responsibility. You're exhausted from constantly adjusting yourself to stay acceptable. The job of managing how everyone feels about you, replaying conversations, pre-editing messages, saying yes when you mean no, showing up out of obligation, explaining choices that don't actually need explaining. This isn't just people-pleasing. It's a hidden tax on your attention, and in the next few years, attention will be your most valuable asset. The people who seem calm, they're not more confident. They're not colder. They've simply decided not to keep paying this tax. This isn't theory. It's something you can actually use. We're taking one sharp idea from the courage to be disliked and turning it into a practical way of seeing where your mental energy is leaking and how people who are willing to be disliked seal those leaks early. And it starts with a mechanism you activate almost every day: comparison. Most people think they feel drained because they're not enough, not successful enough, not impressive enough, not ahead enough. But the real drain isn't lack, it's comparison. Imagine this: you're 29. You earn enough to live, not struggling, not rich, just fine. On its own, your life doesn't bother you. Then one conversation happens. Someone mentions a title, a milestone, a number. Nothing in your life changed. But suddenly, something feels wrong. Here's the part we rarely question. Was your life the problem? Or did it only become a problem the moment it entered a comparison? If you were the only person in the world, would your pace feel embarrassing? Your income feel insufficient? Of course not. The fact didn't hurt you. The comparison did. Inferiority isn't discovered. It's activated. The moment you place your life inside a ranking system. Pause for a second. The last time you thought, I'm falling behind, was it because you truly failed? Or because moments earlier, you had just seen someone else succeed? And once your self-worth becomes comparative, you postpone peace. I'll relax later. I'll feel enough later. This feels responsible, mature, even disciplined. But Adler would say this isn't patience, it's avoidance. And comparison is only the surface. We like to explain our reactions using the past. I'm anxious because of what happened to me. I hesitate because I failed before. I'm like this because of my childhood. That's cause thinking. There's a more useful lens, purpose thinking. Not what caused this emotion, but what is this emotion protecting me from right now? Because emotions aren't just reactions. They're tools. Imagine you're at a cafe. A waiter spills coffee on your new shirt. You explode? Most people say, of course I got angry. But ask yourself something uncomfortable. Was anger the only option? Or was it the fastest way to avoid vulnerability, negotiation, or embarrassment? Think of a parent yelling at a child. The phone rings. It's the teacher. Instant calm. Polite. Controlled. The anger comes back after, which means it was never uncontrollable. It was selective. Here's what matters. Those emotional spikes aren't random. They exist to manage how we're perceived, to avoid judgment, to stay acceptable. And every time you do that, your attention shifts away from what you're doing toward how you're being seen. That's the turning point. Because once your attention moves from the task to the audience, pressure stops being internal. It becomes interpersonal. Adler once said something that sounds extreme. All problems are interpersonal relationship problems. Not because people are bad, but because the moment other people are involved, we start measuring ourselves through their eyes. You don't feel insecure alone in a room. You feel it when you imagine being watched, judged, ranked, evaluated. Once life becomes a performance, every room feels hostile. You walk in thinking, what do they think of me? Am I ahead? Am I behind? But here's the brutal truth. The only person paying that much attention to you is you. Still, we spend hours each week managing these imagined audiences, softening emails, over-preparing explanations, avoiding decisions that might disappoint someone. This isn't kindness. It's attention arbitrage, stealing focus from yourself to pay a toll to people who aren't even watching. So how do calm people stop this? They draw one line most people avoid. The courage to be disliked gives us one principle: separation of tasks. I think of it as an attention audit, not a framework, but a habit of thinking. One question decides everything. Who ultimately bears the consequence of this choice? Whoever bears the consequence owns the task, and the attention for it should be theirs. Let's make this concrete. Someone asks you to do something, not because you want to, but because it would be awkward to say no. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's a favor. Maybe it's a plan you already feel tired thinking about. You hesitate. You sense the cost. And still, you say yes. Now ask the only question that matters. Who lives with the consequences of this, yes? You do. Your time, your focus, your energy tomorrow, which means the decision was always your task. Their disappointment, the silence, the awkwardness, the look on their face, that was never yours to manage. Most exhaustion comes from saying yes to outcomes we don't actually live with. Separation of tasks isn't cold. It's clean. And the moment you draw that line, someone will be unhappy. When you stop managing other people's tasks, something immediate happens. You feel lighter. You're no longer rehearsing explanations. You're no longer scanning faces. You're no longer carrying reactions that don't belong to you. That lightness, that's the first taste of freedom. But it doesn't last without resistance, because the next fear shows up immediately. What if they don't like this version of me? What if I'm seen as difficult? What if I'm disliked? This is the moment most people turn back. They give up freedom to regain approval. And that's the trap. Because a life built around being liked is not a free life. It's a negotiated one. This is what the courage to be disliked actually means. Not trying to offend, not acting superior, not rejecting people, but accepting this truth. The moment you stop adjusting yourself, someone will be uncomfortable. Being disliked isn't the goal. It's the price of no longer living according to other people's expectations. And the people who seem calm have accepted that price early. They chose to stop asking, will everyone approve? And start asking, can I stand behind this choice? That's freedom. So how do you use this right now? The next time you feel the urge to explain yourself, to soften a decision, to manage someone's reaction, pause. Ask one question. Whose task is this? If it's not yours, let it stay where it belongs. Bring your attention back to what you're actually responsible for. This sentence, this choice, this moment, think of it like dancing. A dancer isn't focused on the ending or the audience. They're fully inside the step they're taking right now. The moment they start managing how they're seen, they lose the dance. That's what living in the present really means. Staying with your own task instead of leaving the moment to manage someone else's. You'll feel discomfort. Someone may not like it, and that discomfort is the signal. Your attention is no longer scattered. It's with you, and that's where calm comes from.